once again for Olivia Babcock.
And a lot of Babcock's dig numbers continue to skyrocket because other teams know that if they give her that first ball, she's less likely to get set in that situation. And anytime you can limit her ability to go off offensively, you got to try.
Yeah, that's a great point. And Penn State pointed that out ahead of the match, too, to try and make her work for it at least. She's going to get the ball a lot. Make her earn it. Another dig for Babcock. It folds up in transition anyways. Lyon to the pin. Ewing off the block and down. Alexis Ewing, the freshman, gets the job done.
Really smart shot from Ewing, seeing the right back defender on the other side a bit too far back. That opens up a lot just right behind the block.
How many subs do you have us
So Alexis Ewing in for Caroline Juravicius on the pin. Nice pass from Mauritz. Babcock from the back row is dug out, and it is out. Always with a smile on her face, too, Olivia Babcock. Such a great team player, such a great athlete.
And you can tell throughout matches she just gets better and better, which is scary if you're facing her. You can check out this angle. So she's hitting a D ball. So that means that she's hitting an attack out of the back row from the right side. She just unloads on it.
And again, like drinking out of a fire hose, it's Mauritz back to serve with another heavy arm at the service line. Lyon almost wins the joust, is denied. But I want to ask you something, Emily. When you first saw Olivia Babcock live in person, what was your initial thought?
I couldn't believe how explosive she was. And we get to see it for potentially 10 more points, maybe more. Penn State comes back. Here we go.
College, Pennsylvania. A rivalry match between Pitt and Penn State. Slanting in favor of Pitt at the moment. Penn State giving it their all here in set 3. And a look at rivalry week here for the Big Ten Network. Emily Even.
Yeah, Nebraska getting a big win over Creighton in 5 last night. The Blue Jays pushed Nebraska right to the brink. But man, they do look like the #1 team in the country. They look pretty dang good.
You would know. You were there. Our little jet setter on the road. Big scramble here for Penn State. What a get. Mosier to the pin. Babcock is dug. And Penn State keeps it alive and keeps it in.
Defense in the backcourt doesn't score your points, but man, it creates opportunities for things like this to happen. Jillian Grimes, the libero for Penn State, with a beautiful up just to keep it alive. And Mendelson doing whatever she can. Ewing counted as a kill.
It was a bit of a shake. Who cares? Ooh, gotta follow that up though with a serve that's in. Pizzell will check back in for the Panthers.
One area of Penn State's game that's definitely taken a dip since set 1 has been their service pressure. They came out guns blazing during set 1 and they were able to get Pitt out of system. But now Pitt has just sided out really quickly. They're nearly 70% side out. Yeah, for context, their goal is about 55%.
Ewing swings fearlessly. That ball lands. Dan Fisher is not pleased on his side.
Yeah, inopportune time for miscommunication for Pitt. You always want your setter to take this second ball. If there's any hesitation, always default to whoever's supposed to be taking that second play, which would be Brooke Mosier in this situation.
It has to be every coach's pet peeve when a ball drops like that in the middle with 4 bodies looking at the other, determining who to take it. Chance to tie it here for Penn State, set number 3. Babcock goes big. The heavy thumb up attack giving Mosier some feedback on that set.
All of a sudden, Penn State on a little bit of a run, tying it up here in the 3rd. It's exactly what they needed. Good service pressure, force Pitt into chaotic situations.
Aldudo looking to continue that service pressure. Penn State in a must-win situation. Trickle off the take. Count it for Penn State. 1-point lead. Back to their side.
Really good serve back there. Ava Faldudo putting this right near the top of the tape, so if it clips it, it'll just dribble over on the other side. And that's so difficult to get in this rotation where no player is in left front.
Love the ace cards in the crowd from the wrecking crew. Faldudo goes to Mauritz. Oh, what a crafty play call there from Brooke Mosier. Ryla Jones once again.
Penn State's had absolutely no answer for the middle attack in the last 2 sets because of how fast it's run. There is no blocker that's going to be able to get up in time, and what made this deceptive Jones looked like she was hitting in front and then switched to behind right at the last second.
Well, and think about their options too, Emily. You've got Babcock on the right, and then you have Mauritz on the left. It's a tough blocking position for Penn State to be in. Who do you commit to? Where do you go? And even more kudos to Brooke Mosier running the middles, knowing that. Got weapons across the board. Pitt back on top by 1. Mallory Myers, a sophomore defensive specialist, serving. Mendelson through the middle, and Penn State hanging right in there.
Penn State needs to continue to keep the pressure on Pitt. If they get a good first touch, they need to make sure they're doing things like that, getting the middles involved, trying to get those one-on-one situations.
Maggie Mendelson adds her 4th kill of the night. Will be participating in women's basketball this year, as Katie Schumacher-Colley can relate to.
For both sides right now, Kennedy Martin up front for Penn State, as well as Olivia Babcock for Pitt.
So the stars of the sports colliding in the front row. Keep an eye on this one. Mosier goes middle, dug out by Feldudo. Martin goes for hands, instead throws it away.
A bit of an awkward play for Kennedy Martin to try to make. She scores using her power. That set has to be in a position to allow her to use that power.
And this is troublesome for Penn State. Look who's back to serve. It's Olivia Babcock. Are we going to go 4 passers again for the Nittany Lions? They'll opt for 3.5. Ooh, didn't even move the platform, and that's still an overpass. Mauritz tries to pay it off. Penn State rises to the occasion instead.
That's a huge side out for the Nittany Lions, because not only do they get the point here, but they get Olivia Babcock off of the service line. Beautiful stuff blocked from Kennedy Martin to put it away.
6'6" in your face against a player who has been lights out all night. That's her first error of the night, Emily. First error for Mauritz.
That'll bring Addie Lyon up front for Penn State, so it's a shorter blocker on the right side. That means that Pitt is going to really exploit that and go to Blair Bayless, who's on the left side for Pitt.
Keep an eye on that matchup as Dagmar Mauritz goes back to serve for Pitt.
And no setter on the floor for Pitt right now as Abby Emsch comes in to provide a bigger block on the right side. Ripping it from the backcourt, her 5th kill on a back row attack, doing a really nice job, even with a big block in front of her, spreading things around, hitting all angles.
Monstrous attack from Kennedy Martin. Electrifying speed with that shoulder, start to finish from the approach. Mauritz is jammed. Bayless looking to swing out of trouble. To the pin, Dewey with a high attack points, gets the job done. 1-point lead to Penn State in the red zone. Look at that reaction from Alexis Ewing, the freshman attacker on the outside, as we send you to a quick commercial break. Don't you dare going away. Penn State 4 points away from taking set number 3. Michelle McMahon and Emily Eman here with you, and take a look at the trends. 13 ties, 5 lead changes, the largest leads so far on both sides. Your thoughts so far in set 3 in a must-win situation here for Penn State, Emily?
Penn State is doing all they can to hang in here. Now with a 1-point lead, this is something they had during set 1 when they were up 23-22 and let it slip away. In this rotation right now, Penn State doesn't have a setter on the floor, but they need to do a great job out of system attacking.
Selling with the serve. Mauritz was the target. Back row to Babcock, who gets the job done from the back row.
Late in sets, stars come alive.
Yes, they do.
That's number 5 in gold, Olivia Babcock, and watch for a lot of sets to go the way of Kennedy Martin as well. 18 in white for Penn State, who's in the middle back position right now.
It's a great point by you, Emily. And this Pitt team is loaded with star power. Big serve from Bree Kelly. Dewey tees off. What a hit.
Freshman coming up big in a massive moment. Alexis Ewing unloading on this ball. This is exactly what you need in this kind of play. Tips aren't going to win you this set.
It's the 5th kill for Ewing. Hitting 571 too.
Addie Lyon back in for Penn State, so a shorter blocker on the right side.
We'll keep an eye on that. Pitt to the pin, to that shorter blocker, as you mentioned. Penn State, oh boy. Mendelssohn runs a slide off of a bump set. That's unique. We're still going. Not anymore. Ryla Jones gets the last slap.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that Mendelssohn's still continuing to run her route there. But what that does is it forces Pitt into an easier situation with an off-speed, and they're easily able to transition it. And now Pitt has Olivia Babcock in the front court.
Got weapons all over the place. And make it hard to breathe. Brooke Mosier. Heavy jump top serve play. Oh my. What a kick from Grimes. Mosier digs it out. Scramble for Pitt. Olivia Babcock there to save the day. We're still going. Duke sends it over. Penn State. Kennedy Martin out of the back row. Gets the kill. Penn State up 23-22.
Amazing up in the backcourt. The libero for Penn State, Jillian Grimes, does such a great job wrapping her platform around this ball.
That was a wicked pass. Yeah. To your point, Emily, that deserves a ton of credit. With the velocity of that serve, I mean, it looked like she was digging that ball. That was from the service line, and how quick that ball crosses the net.
Watching that serve come off of Brooke Mosier's hand, it almost looked like it was a definite ace based on the way that it was going to fall on the sideline. But Grimes did such a great job bringing it back into the court. Now Penn State is in the exact same situation that we saw during set 1. Up 23-22. They have the momentum right now. Now it becomes a question of can they keep pressure on Pitt while also limiting Olivia Babcock's offense.
Yeah, limiting Olivia Babcock, certainly a difficult aspect of this match. And we remind you, coming up next, the volleyball doubleheader continues as Mimi Collier leads 7th-ranked Wisconsin into a showdown with Marquette in Milwaukee. That's next on Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. That match coming to you top of the hour, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. So take a look at the ABCA Top 15. Emily, Penn State and Pitt locked in their top spots, and the Big Ten once again all over the place on this list.
Big Ten continuing to receive votes to have ranked teams. This is why year in and year out it is the most difficult conference to play NCAA volleyball in. You see Nebraska at the top. Don't think they're losing that anytime soon based on the way that they've been performing. But just all around, this is such a great year for volleyball.
Yes, it is.
Because there's so many good teams, and truly anyone can win on any given night.
Well, Pitt's been on a heater after dropping their first 2 matches of the season, which you could attest to. You were there, I believe, a part of that, riding a 7-match win streak. Emily only dropping 1 set last week. They took out 3rd-ranked Kentucky at the time in the ACC-SEC Showcase on Wednesday in Fort Worth. Amongst those 7 straight wins, we'll see if Penn State can put that streak in jeopardy here. Addie Lyon back to serve and back in the back row. Dukes was the target. It's an ace for Addie Lyon.
Can't put on better service pressure than that in this kind of moment. Gutsy serve from Addie Lyon, going after the libero, but hits it perfectly to bring up set point.
Just brings her outside the body alignment. What a serve. Set point, number 1 for Penn State. A big serve from Lyon. Olivia Babcock standing tall. It's up and it's down. Babcock apologizing to her team, saying sorry about that. A little too close for comforts, and Pitt with a chance to tie it. What is she apologizing for?
I don't know. Both sides, though, have really great front rows. Pitt has Olivia Babcock up there. Kennedy Martin is up front for Penn State, so the heavy hitters are in the front.
24-23, Penn State leads with a chance to close it out in set 3. We'll see. inside one of the sport's most storied venues, Penn State and Pitt, continuing their hard-fought rivalry as we take a look at the numbers from all three sets, the hitting numbers, that is, and Penn State keeping it most equal in set number 3.
Penn State finding ways to their offense get better and better. And right now, this is the moment where they need it most. Mendelson, Ewing, and Kennedy Martin up front.
Set point number 2 here for Penn State. Pitt looking to equalize it at 24. Marina Pizzell back to serve for Pitt. She goes to Selman and gets an errant pass. Kennedy Martin closes it out in set number 3, forces us to a set 4 situation. What'd you see and what'd you like?
Beautiful out-of-system play. Kennedy Martin's able to chase this ball down, but a gutsy performance from Penn State. After they found themselves down late, they found a way to push through and get it done with some good service pressure and being aggressive up front.
We're going for, folks. It's the Keystone State rivalry at full throttle. Penn State gets a set off of Pitt.